In this video, we're going to unpack 5 things that you need to offer if you want to see your audience and your business grow as a music artist. Having worked in music management over many years, I tend to get emails most days of the week from artists looking for representation. People send me their demos, they send me their latest releases, and sometimes people ask me if I'd consider managing them for a slice of the pie. Now, it's a nice idea to divide up your pie and give a slither to a manager or an agent. But people in this day and age are not looking for a slice of the pie. They're looking for an artist who's already serving up a buffet. Now, what I love about a good buffet is that everyone gets fed. There's plenty to go around. If all you have is a small pie and you've got to slice that up, dividing it between you, your bandmates, and your manager, you're going to end up hungry. With a buffet, it's a different equation. Now, how does this relate to you and your music? We're going to get onto that in just a moment, but I have to ask you to trust me here. I'm an expert when it comes to pies, cakes, pastries, and bread. After all, I'm Andy the Baker. The artists who are most likely to survive and succeed are those who have more on the table. So I'm going to teach you the 5-level offering. Number 1, you need to offer the crowd incredible content. Number 2, you need to offer paying customers a range of products. Number 3, you need to offer supporters access to services that they want to buy. Number 4, you need to engage your audience through experiences. And finally, you need to utilize subscriptions. This will create recurring revenue as well as ongoing interaction. Now, when it comes to content creation, we're thinking about audio, visual, video, and the written word. People consume content in different ways through different channels online and offline. You may have heard it said that content is king. When it comes to creating content, you're not just competing with other unsigned artists, you're competing with major artists and major labels, and literally everyone and their dog. Because a lot of people's dogs create content these days, and they tend to get a lot more views than new music videos, sadly. Anyway, here's the point. If you want to attract a crowd, you have to stand out from the crowd. And once you have a crowd, you need to form that community around your music. You then need to establish a core. Essentially, the customer journey goes from the outer circle to the inner circle. You have to draw people in so they go from spectators to subscribers, and then ultimately, you need them to become supporters. The thing that's different from spectators to supporters: spectators watch, supporters pay. It's essential that you have supporters if you want to get somewhere as a music artist. Now, when it comes to making money through your content, things aren't all that straightforward. Most artists start by looking at streaming, and streaming's great because you can find an audience. There's loads of people in the big wide world who are using platforms like Spotify and Apple and other digital streaming platforms. The great thing about having those people following you is they get to experience your music, then they might find you through other channels. However, these tend to be closed systems. You can't reach people directly. This is why we teach artists to look at attracting a crowd, but then forming a community and then establishing a core. Essentially, spectators need to become subscribers. Subscribers need to become paying supporters. You need to map out these customer journeys, but content is the beginning of this journey. If people don't like the content, they're never going to end up at the till buying your album or your t-shirt or tickets for your concert. It's essential that you use streaming platforms to get more people engaging with your music. If you can generate a passive income source through streaming, hats off to you. It's not easy to do. A lot of artists go broke on the way to doing that. And also, be careful, because the streaming platforms that are here today might not be leading the pack in 5 years' time. Nobody predicted the downfall of MySpace back in the day. Nobody saw TikTok giving Instagram and Facebook a run for their money. Consumer habits will change. Trends will change and evolve. Make sure you have an adaptable model. Have a look at other ways to make money through your content. Package up your content and turn it into products. Have a look at different ways you can make money through licensing and sync. And of course, explore publishing, ways that you can generate revenue through your songs being played on the radio, through your songs being performed live. It's really important to look at the vast span of ways you can make money through your content. Whilst you might feel the pressure to serve up your content free of charge for digital streaming platforms, it's important to remember that people love buying stuff. Jeff over here has a similar amount of hair to me, but he has a little bit more money. People love buying stuff. So you need to offer products to your crowd. You need to offer products to your community, and you need to offer products to your core. Each of these segments will want different things. Some of the crowd will look at value for money as a consideration, but the community aren't really interested in that. And when it comes to the core, people will spend a lot more. They're willing to pay more because you're not a big brand, you're a boutique. Cover all of the price brackets. Don't think bargain basement. It's not the way to build your business as an independent music artist. So here are a few ideas of how you can create products without printing 1,000 frisbees with your logo on them. Start by looking at the content that you have already. Perhaps you could package some of that into a digital or physical bundle. Maybe you've done 7 or 8 music videos over the past couple of years. You could throw in an interview, some behind the scenes footage that no one's ever seen before, and sell that as a product on your website. You could then create some kind of music bundle where you take songs that you've released previously and some unreleased songs and sell that as a limited edition CD. People love exclusive products. If you're worried about printing merchandise and having loads of stock that you can't sell, think about doing a survey or pre-orders to find out if there's a demand before you pay to produce those products. Then you could hand make and hand modify products. This will really interest people who want something unique and something different. Another way that musicians can make money is through selling services. When it comes to selling services, if you're going to be involved in the delivery of the service, of course, there are some challenges around scalability. You can only be in one place at one time, and perhaps you need to be fully focused on your artistry. However, if your service relates to your career in terms of your artistry, it could be an asset. Perhaps you're teaching music currently and you should turn that music tuition sideline into an academy. Create something where you offer masterclasses to people. Perhaps you offer features to other artists where you appear on their records. Maybe you offer them remixes. There might be things that you do in music or in other sectors. Selling services is not necessarily a bad thing, but make sure it makes sense for you. If you want to see your audience expand, you need to offer immersive experiences. The problem with content is we have an oversupply of content. There's no shortage of songs or music videos. It's essential that you go a level deeper. Make things multisensory. Take your audience by the hand, physically, literally, digitally, virtually, figuratively, into the metaverse. It's essential that you develop a customer journey that has an experiential nature. Just think about Disney. They produce amazing content. No one can question the quality of their content, but the reason why we love Disney is we have their toys in our homes, we buy them for our children, we take them to the theme parks, and they take their kids to the theme parks. It's an immersive, intergenerational approach. If you want to grow your audience, think about experiences. Think about people getting out from behind their screens and engaging in a new way. In the digital age, the value of recorded music has gone down and down and down, whilst the value of live experiences for big artists has gone up and up and up. You can see that in the price of CDs turning into MP3s and the price of streaming going down. You can see that in the concert ticket prices that people are willing to pay. Think about immersive experiences. And finally, I want to encourage you to offer your supporters subscriptions. Subscriptions not only create recurring revenue, they generate ongoing engagement. They deepen that relationship between you and the supporter. Now, when it comes to recurring revenue, this makes so much sense. My mum and dad began supporting me through Rocket Fuel in 2018. £35 a month. It doesn't seem like a massive amount, but over 2.5 years, that adds up to over £1,000 from one supporter. If you could just get 10 people behind you at that level, that's paid for your next project. This makes so much sense. So if you want to offer subscriptions, think about different things that would get people in. Perhaps you could give them a welcome gift. You could give them access to a range of content. You could give them exclusives like a live stream each month. You could offer them something each week over email. You could post them something out every month. You could do a gathering exclusively for your subscribers every quarter. And perhaps you do some kind of online or real world event for your birthday every year. Get people involved. Get people engaged. Subscriptions make sense. Now, if you're still not sure about the 5-level offering, I want to draw your mind back to the start of the pandemic. A lot of musicians were making money on a weekend from their gigs, but losing money sharing their songs trying to build their audience. At the start of the pandemic, when all the live events shut down, so many musicians were out of work. People couldn't afford to pay their bills. It was a desperate time for so many people. If you fully rely on one income source, it's not safe. It's not sensible. This is why the 5-level offering is such a smart move. It will make you robust. It will make you resilient. And if you need help getting things to that next level, if you want to map out your 5-level offering, I'd love to help you with the team at Rocket Fuel. We've seen some incredible success stories over the years, and we'd love for you to be one of them.